Good morning, friends. As I sit at my kitchen table writing this, I think of people like you all over the world, making art, teaching art, inspiring, transforming, believing, hoping. All around the globe, artists and artist teachers doing what we do, trying to understand, explain, and evolve this wounded world. Just as tens of thousands of years ago, men and women sitting by fires in forests, caves, and early types of housing did exactly the same, tried to explain, understand, and evolve their world. These days, some of us are working, some not. Some are in institutions, some are freelance. Some of us are still studying and training. Just before I sat down to write to you, I fed the birds in my garden. They know my routine. First thing in the morning, they wait and sing to me from the nearby trees. I pay for their song with birdseed. I've scarcely turned back to the house before the small ones are at the bird feeder or swooping to the ground to pick up what I've scattered there. As soon as I'm far enough away, the rooks, or are they ravens, or crows, swoop in from the trees a little way over the field. Corvids are smart. They wait and watch and swoop in only when it's safe to do so. The little birds, though, they snatch the first possible opportunity. When the big birds come, they scatter the small birds off. Suddenly there are huge hulking birds on the branches of the bush or on the fence, like death, reminding us that life is short but full of beauty, like an Ingmar Bergman film. The big birds cause the small birds to scatter. The big birds are skittish, though, perhaps because they can't move as quickly as small ones. They take fright easily and early. The slightest noise or movement and they're off. And in the gap before they return, the small birds come back and eat as much and as quickly as they can. So it goes, ebb and flow. Time for the small birds, time for the big birds. The big birds scatter seed on the ground for the small ones to forage. Sometimes a sparrowhawk, a great bird of prey, flies overhead and reminds everyone that there's always someone bigger around looking for a chance to feed. So it is for artist teachers. Freelancers are agile. When needs present themselves, we meet them. We set up workshops. We open up new territories of inquiry. We create communities. We innovate. Then institutions and funded companies come in to start operating in the space freelancers established. The freelancers survive on the crumbs scattered by the bigger players. When the big players take fright, they leave again, and the field's left clear for the freelancers to start all over again. Sometimes, of course, a really big player or a really big event comes along and disrupts everything. But here's the thing, the rooks or ravens or crows doing what they do don't stop small birds feeding. They just do what they do and the small birds find a way to fit round them. My bird table is an interdependent, interconnected ecosystem. The world of teaching performance can learn from it. If you're a small-scale freelancer complaining that institutions and funded companies are running workshops and stealing your living, and it's a complaint I've been known to make, then you're wasting your breath. Institutions and big organisations are really important. They serve a need. They do what they need to do to survive. If you're part of an institution offering free, accessible workshops, remember that in doing so you may be stopping freelancers from eating anything at all. That workshop you run, paid for by the salary you earn, is perhaps a week's income lost to the sort of freelancer who first opened up the territory you now occupy. Your free offer is someone else's career. I get it, we work in a competitive model, but it's the wrong model. We are, in fact, an ecosystem in which we must all find how to survive without preventing others from doing the same. Our elders, back through those we know to those sitting telling tales in the dark of prehistory, they taught us that we survive by sharing, by collaborating, by leaving space for each other to find enough to eat. We learn from others. Others open up territories which we then explore. Whatever your niche, community, or intention, I hope your work finds moments of deep joy and connection, because art matters. I hope as you do your work, you can be mindful that you are only a small part of an ecosystem that stretches across the space of now and through time. You inherited from your elders, and you will pass on to those who come after you. As you work, you are both serving and being served by people who are older or younger, better funded or worse funded, institutionalized or not institutionalized. All of us must find the space and be given the space to feed, for we are an ecosystem. Take care. Art matters. If you would like to find out more about what I do in the Teach Performance organization, go to https://teachperformance.system.io/home. And there you'll find out about the Teach Performance program, other online courses, my latest book, How to Teach Performance, and opportunities for mentorship. Feel free to drop me a message on john@johnbritton.co.